Have a seat. You can be on a chair or near the earth. We'll be here for about 10 minutes probably. Let the gaze be soft and begin to settle down through whatever is touching the earth, feet, knees, hips coming down towards earth. Let the spine reach up through the crown. Tuck the chin a bit. And begin a breathing, bringing the air in through the nostrils into the lungs, relaxing the diaphragm, expanding it into the belly. Today we begin our journey of 7 weeks through the chakras, these centers of energy, spinning vortexes. Nothing physical, energies of the subtle body, said to be behind the nervous system. You might shift your breathing to go up and down the spine. The chakras run along a central channel called the Sushumna, which is identified with the spine, but is not the spine. The path of going from the manifest at the base of the spine, connected with earth, up to the unmanifest or the spiritual realm in the crown of the head, up above the head in the whole universe. And so we take this journey from matter up through mind and into mystery. We start the journey here on this great body of earth. Imagine or visualize a pool of breath and warmth created at the bottom of the spine. Breathe into that pool at the bottom of the spine. And your inhale might come down the spine to that pool, and then exhale down as you root into the earth. If that doesn't work for you, just continue to breathe up and down the spine. Each vortex of energy in its historical tradition has a mudra associated with it. And the earth chakra has the Earth Mudra, where the left hand is just loose on the left thigh, and the right hand reaches fingers down towards the earth, perhaps in the direction of earth, perhaps touching earth a bit. Connecting with the earth's solidity, this base of our whole survival, this base of our being and belonging. Each of the chakras has a seed sound, a vibration that deep meditators say is typical of this type of energy. And the seed sound here is lam, lam, lam. Join me if you like 3 times. Lam, lam, lam. And again. Lam, lam, lam. One last time. Lam, lam, lam. So read the reading. We begin our journey here on this great body of earth. Feel the hardness of the earth in wood, cement, and metal. Feel its straight lines, its solidity, its permanence. Feel the soft firmness of the earth with its trees and grasses, streams and mountains. Feel its curving gentleness, its protection and abundance. Feel its immensity, its solidity, and how it supports you as you sit in your place reading this. This planet is a vehicle too. It takes us through time and through space. Feel the earth as a living body, just like you, with an infinity of cells working together as a whole. You are a cell in this great body, part of Mother Earth, one of her children. We dig our roots deep into the earth, which nourishes us. We move deep into her rocks and soil, deep into her guts of red hot lava, seething deep below, into her source of life and movement and power. The world is not a problem to be solved. It is a living being to which we belong. The world is part of our own self, and we are part of its suffering wholeness. Until we go to the root of our image of separateness, there can be no healing. And the deepest part of our separateness from creation lies in our forgetfulness of its sacred nature, which is also our own sacred nature. We'll have a few minutes of meditation. Settling down into the breath. Letting breath and body help you to create a felt sense of connection with the earth. Your thoughts come as they will, simply bring them back. Come back using the muscle that brings you back to this soft, calm, tranquil place. Remove anything that's high that is underneath you. And bring a blanket. We'll do one exercise sitting on the blanket. Cross the legs. We're going to do a Mulabanda, which is a lock. So Bandha means lock, and Mula means the pelvic floor. So this is a way within yoga of bringing the energy up and in and containing the energy of the earth within you. Relax through the perineum, the pelvic floor. Relax shoulder blades down the back. Inhale At the top of the inhale, engage the perineum, pulling the pelvic floor, drawing it in. Then keeping that drawing in, exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, let the perineum relax. Once again, relaxed perineum. Inhale. Draw in. Exhale without letting go. And release. Do it 2 more times. Inhale. Draw in. Exhale. Keep the drawing in. And let go. Inhale. Lock in. Exhale. And release. And removing the blanket, we'll come down to a lying position. Feel the body sinking down into the earth. Feel the places of connection between body and earth. Bring the soles of the feet up with knees a little wider than hip width apart. As you inhale, let the abdomen rise up a bit. As you exhale, let the small of the back come down towards the mat. Inhale, raise through the abdomen just slightly. And exhale, small of the back comes down towards the earth. Continue with this movement. Subtle energy, as if you are breathing with the earth. Two more times. Then stretch the legs out. Have a belt or strap if you'd like, or else you can use the hands. We're going to stretch the legs. Bring the belt or strap, if you have it, around the arch of the foot on the right, and the right heel goes up towards the ceiling. Rub the arch with the belt or strap, waking up the bottom of the feet, which are most in connection with the earth. Then coming to a pause, bend the knee, bring it down towards the chest, and then push up towards the ceiling. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, push up. One more time. Pause for a moment, opening the back of the leg. Then with support from hand or both strands of the strap in the right hand, open the right leg out to the right. Feel what parts of the body are in connection with the earth. Certainly the right hip, perhaps the left hip, the left hand, the left heel. Inhale, back up, change hands. Right leg goes over midline and sole of the foot turns towards the opposite wall. Relax down through shoulders and the back of the neck. Inhale back through center. Remove the belt. Stretch out the right leg and the left leg reaches up. If you have a belt or strap, rub across the arch of the leg. A strong place of energy and sensitivity in itself. And then inhale as you bring the knee down towards the chest. Exhale up. Inhale down. And exhale up. One more time. Taking both strands of the strap in the left hand, open the left hand out to the left. Open wide. Feeling the front of the body in touch with the air. And the lower part of the body in touch with the earth. Inhale that leg back up. Change hands over the midline. Breathing into tense places. Down the side of the leg, perhaps in the hips, in the lower spine. Inhale back up. Put the belt aside. Bring the knees up so they're bent above the waist. Arms are out to the sides from the shoulders. Let the knees fall over to one side, hover above the earth. Engage muscles as you bring them back up over to the other side, almost coming to earth, but not quite. Bringing them back up. Back and forth 2 more times. Rolling over this earth. And back up, coming back to middle. Bring the soles of the feet down below the buttocks just a few inches. We'll start with a moving bridge, arms are along the side, palms down. Press into the soles of the feet and the shoulders as hips and hands rise, and arms come up overhead all the way to the floor if that works, and then coming back. Hands and hips come down to the earth together. We'll do a static bridge now. Soles of feet are firm against the earth. Tuck the shoulders. Weight into the tops of the arms as the hips rise. Weight into the soles of the feet. Hands clasp under the buttocks. Push up, glutes strong. Feel the energy coming from the knees down through the soles of the feet into the earth, circling through the earth, coming back up through the back of the skull, down the front of the body. Breathing through that circulation of air into earth across the body. One more inhale here. And exhale, relax through the shoulders and roll down. Now we'll do something that we haven't done before, and that is to roll side to side. So we're going to start with a long body, arms are up above the head and feet are extended. Then we're going to bend one knee, press into that foot, then lead with the hips as you push forward and roll over. Let gravity take you onto your belly, and then continue to roll if you have the room to do so over to your back. Then the other leg comes up, push off with your foot, push through the hips, and modify this to wherever you are. Realize you might not have a lot of room to do this. But try it a few more times with a sense of surrendering to gravity as you roll over. Letting yourself be the child who used to roll down the hill with abandon. And one more time. Then come back onto the mat. And we will be in a prone position. Chest against the mat and face down towards the mat. Arms are along the sides and palms are down. Obviously modifying this any way that you need to for any shoulder issues. Inhale as the right leg lifts up, nose remains close to the mat, and exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Other side, left leg reaches up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. And one more time. Feel the hardness of the earth in the wood, cement, and metal. Feel its straight lines and its solidity. Now we're going to bring both legs up, and they might not come up very far. Let the neck be long in the back, eyes down towards the mat. Reach back with the feet and bring them up just a bit, and then bring them down. We'll do that 2 more times. Reach back and up and down. Reach forward through the crowd at the same time. 1 more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows along the sides, bent. Raise the head just a bit, but keep the eyes down towards the mat. Then without pressing into the hands much, keep the eyes down, but rise up a little bit more. Then pressing into the hands a little more, let the gaze rise in the direction of the horizon or 4 or 5 feet in front of your mat. And exhale back down. We'll do that 2 more times. A gradual cobra. Just lifting a bit, gaze down. Lifting a bit more with little weight in the hands, gaze down. Then pressing into the hands a bit to help you get a little more height, and the gaze goes out a little farther. And come back down. 1 more time. Feel the soft firmness of the earth with its trees and grasses, streams and mountains. Feel its curving gentleness, its protection and abundance. Now pushing into the mat, we'll come back into child's pose. And find whatever child's pose feels good for you. Knees could be wide or knees could be close together. The main point here is snuggling kind of deep into the earth, feeling its steadfast support. Then bringing the hands forward if they're not forward, then walking them over to one side, stretching back through the side, keeping that connection through the knees and feet. The earth, our place of survival, coming back through center and then over to the other side and stretching. In our physical and psychological development, this survival, this link with the earth is so important, coming back through center. And with our spiritual journey too, and come up into a tabletop. Hands are under shoulders and knees are under hips. Inhale as stomach sinks, sternum rises. Exhale as back arches up towards the sky. And continue several more times, opening up the spine. In our spiritual journey through the chakras, it is said that this foundation of connection with the earth is absolutely necessary to making the journey up through the centers of energy into any kind of spiritual awakening. Come back through center, bring the weight into the left hand and the right knee. Let the right arm reach out and the left foot reach out in the back. Just 2 times, we're going to bring the belly together with the knee and the fist. Then open up. The fist and knee come together under belly. And bring that hand and knee back down. Bring the weight into the left hand right under the shoulder and the right hand under the shoulder and the left knee. Left hand reaches out, right leg reaches out. Then bringing them together under the belly, curving the back a bit. Opening up, coiling in. And coming back with all fours on the earth. Bring the hands forward a bit. Tuck the toes. We're coming up into downward dog. Feel the earth underneath the whole hand. Fingers spread wide. Feel the earth under the balls of the feet and the toes. Perhaps the legs pedal a bit, opening up in the back. Stretching back through arms and shoulders. Feeling energy in the line of the inner arms up through the elbows. Opening the shoulder blades out towards the sides of the upper back. And then coming to some stillness in the legs. Arches come down just slightly towards the mat and lift up through the inner legs, up through the hips. Come forward into plank. Knees can be down. Strong through the arms. Good shoulder support. Strong in the belly. For 3, 2, and 1. Elbows come close. Knees come down. Brief cobra. Then tucking the toes once again. Come up into downward dog. One more stretch back. Then bring the knees down. Let the toes continue to be tucked underneath you. And let the hands come down in front of the knees, fairly wide apart. Knees are hip width apart, so 1 foot under each buttocks. And then coming up on your toes, bring the hands back a bit into a kind of crouch. So this is an alternative kind of squat. Let the gaze remain down, but come a little bit more forward as you straighten a bit through the back. Then bringing hands back and pushing into hands. Hips rise, knees are soft, and we're going to roll up here. And hands can track up the front of the legs if you'd like. Let the head and neck be the last thing that comes up. So very slowly rolling up through the vertebrae. And coming up, opening up. Slowly rolling in the opposite manner. First neck, and then upper, middle, and lower vertebrae as you come back down. Bring the hands back down to the mat once again. Pause here in this squat crouch. Open up through the back. Gaze comes just a little farther forward, though still down at the mat. Then pushing into the hands, coming back onto the feet, and slowly rolling up. Opening up the distance between each of those vertebrae, and arms come up and down. Now we're going to do a balancing walk. So starting at the back of your mat, bring your weight into 1 foot. Hands can be wherever's best for you, perhaps on the waist, perhaps out to the sides, whatever works for you. Weight comes into 1 foot. First, just feel that connection with the hardness of the earth, the softness of the earth. Then the other leg comes up, and the toe might remain connected to the earth or not. Then slowly bring your weight into the other foot, really feeling the bottom of that foot as it grounds down. Lift the other foot, or just slide along the toe and come down into the other foot. Very slow, balancing walk. Trusting the earth, trusting gravity, to be there. Perhaps feeling the energetic support of the earth coming back up in this slow walking. Then we're going to go backwards and take what care you need to as you go back. That toe can always slide along beside the other foot. All your senses and perceptions be down in that foot. And when you come to the back of your mat, we'll come to the center for a standing position. Bring the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Inhale as you bend your knees and bend your elbows. Palms are down towards the earth. As you exhale, push down with your palms and straighten the legs. Inhale, bend knees, bend elbows. Exhale, root down into the earth as feet push down. Push down through the legs and the palms push down. Inhale, energy up from the earth as knees bend. Exhale, push down, root down, and continue. We dig our roots deep into the earth, which nourishes us, deep into the earth's rocks and soil, her guts of red hot lava seething deep below, into her source of life and movement and power. We'll do it one more time. Then bringing the feet directly under the hips, ground down. Lift the energy up through the arches. Feel the hips right above the heels, shoulders above hips, ears right above shoulders. This chakra is imagined as having 4 lotus petals, the 4 directions. And here we stand, each at the center of the 4 directions of the earth. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, soften knee and hips. Hands come to opposite elbows. Then down, heart coming down towards the earth. Inhale, back up. Hands can stay on elbows. Reach up. If that's the best way for you to do it, bring your hands back to elbows, or hands might come down and tuck under toes, or even under the balls of the feet. Lifting up through the hips if you have taken this option. Then bending again with soft knees. Rise up. We're going to do it one more time. Soft in knees and hips. The right hand comes down in front of the feet in the middle, and the left hand reaches up, opening to the left. Very soft through knees and hips here. Let the left hand come down to the earth, and the right hand reaches up. That hand comes down and gradually roll up. We're going to do chair. So bringing weight into the feet. Option of having thumbs hooked together, or palms might be facing each other, or you might even have steeple fingers. Soft through the knees and the hips as you sit down on that beach ball. Arms might be by the ears, they might be more diagonally out, or they might be straight out in front of you. Inhale, back up. Exhale. Tailbone goes down towards the earth. Shoulder blades down. Inhale back up. And one more time, coming to a place you can sustain for several breaths. Feeling under your feet the immensity, the solidity of the earth, how it supports you as you stand in this place. And inhale back up. Hands come around. Now we're going to do a balance. So if you'd like a chair near you, feel free. Let the foundation leg be the leg right next to the chair. Ground down. Energy comes up through the body and focal point firm in front of you. We're going to lift that other knee and bring the hands around the leg just below the knee. Then let it come down. Grounding down, bring the knee up once again. Perhaps you come lower towards the ankle, or even bring your fingers underneath the sole of your foot. Find what's possible, the edge for your body. Then let the leg come down. And this time, let the leg straighten a bit. You might bring 2 fingers around the big toe, and knee can be soft here, extending out through the heel. Feel free to use the chair anytime. 3, 2, and 1, and come down. Bit of a challenge here. Let's try the other side. So bringing the weight into that other foot, good focal point, energy up through the body. Bend the knee up, hands just under the knee. Lift up through the crown and ground down. Let the knee come down. Bring it up once again. Hands might come down to the ankle or underneath the foot. Foot comes down, and then bringing it up once again, extending out just as far as works for you, perhaps with fingers of the same hand or opposite hand, it doesn't matter, around the big toe. For 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bring the feet wide. Let's have a big, easy side bend. Opening the lateral aspects of our body to the air, to the sun. And coming back to center. We're going to come into a goddess pose. So feet will be wide and toes will be at 45 degrees. Bending knees and hips just as much as works for you. Tailbone starts to come down towards the earth and arms open up into cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. This planet takes us through time and through space. Then bringing hands to the waist, we're going to turn both feet in one direction. And let the hands come down around that front foot. Let the hips remain high. Come into this lunge. The front knee is on top of the ankle. Perhaps you feel some sensation in the calf of the back foot. Let the back knee come down, roll over the front heel, hands come back into a reverse lunge. Maybe there's some sensation in the back of that leg as it opens a little bit more. Then coming forward, come back up onto the toes in the back. And Bring the feet around so that you're coming up into goddess once more. Taking the goddess pose on Mother Earth, opening upwards and sinking down. Hands come to waist, turn the feet. Hands come down around the other foot. Be on the toes in the back. Hips rise just a bit, but the front knee remains over the ankle. Stretch back through the heel. Probably the heel won't come back to the mat. Nice stretch through the calf. Bring the hips around a little more. Make sure they're aligned horizontally. Then let the back knee come down. Roll over the front heel. Reverse lunge. Opening the back of the leg. Then coming forward, rising up once again through lunge, turning the feet. You might even walk the hands around and then come up. Maybe give yourself some support through the knees. Just find a way, a journey, and bring the hands in, straighten the legs, and bring the feet together. We're going to do triangle. I suggest a chair at one end or a block. We're going to do triangle, and then we're going to come into half moon. So you might want a block or a chair there. So start your front triangle leg a couple feet back behind the chair. In the chakra, as it is often represented, there is a triangle that points down towards the earth. So there's the triangle going down through the pelvis and the legs down towards the earth. It's said that from here, energy moves down in lightning flashes and grounds into the center of the earth, into the fire of the earth. Nice dynamic language. So our legs are straight here. Our hands come to the hip creases. Let the hips come back and forward and back. Open through the chest. Reach out through that front hand. Reach to the horizon. And then windmill. One hand reaching up and one hand reaching down. Feel the opening through the top side of the ribs and the bottom side of the waist supporting that. Let yourself breathe here. Weight coming down into both feet, strong through inner thighs. Then bring that top hand down to the waist and come up. We'll do triangle one more time. Open, hip going out to the back, reaching out and out, and pivoting. One hand up to sky, one hand down to earth. Gaze out towards the side, can be up. I like to keep it just straight out so that our whole being is open out to the front and our feet are well grounded down into the earth and its steadfast support. Then bringing that top hand down to the waist. Let the front knee be soft. Back legs hops up a bit, and you might come onto chair or you might come onto block with your weight of that bottom hand. And the other arm is going to come up. Strong through the core here. Let the fire burn in the core as one arm reaches up and the leg reaches back. 3, 2, and 1. And soft in the knee and come down. Take a breather. And we'll do this half moon again. You can always bring the front toes a little bit in. That sometimes makes it easier to have support. Knee is soft as you come forward onto chair or onto block. Reach out from the core, radiating energy. connecting down through that foot into the earth, rooting down, long roots that help you stay aloft, and then soft through the knee, come back. We'll do that on the other side. Before we do it, bring your feet wide and let's just twist a little bit. Let the hips turn and the heel come up on the side away from where you're turning. And let the arms swing along with the hips, loosening up through the body, letting the joints moisten and warm. The world is not a problem to be solved. It is a living being to which we belong. There's an affirmation with this chakra, which you can repeat with me if you would like. We belong to the earth. We belong to the earth. We belong to the earth. Then coming back through center, we'll come back to our triangle pose. Making your triangle here with its lightning flashes going down into the earth. Hands to hip creases. Hips come back, forward, and back. Open through the chest, reaching out to the horizon. Pivot around. Perhaps press that bottom back of the hand into the calf to open yourself a little bit more through the chest and up through the hand. Relax through that front knee and bring the top hand down to the waist as you come up. Then once again, bringing hip back, opening through the chest, reaching out forward, reaching up and down, pressing so there can be more opening, letting the feet relax down into the earth and feel the energy of the earth pushing back. Then bending that front knee, top hand comes down to the waist, come forward onto chair or block, and lifting up with the back leg, lift up with the top arm, all the energy going down into the earth, up into the sky, out into the air. For 3, 2, and 1. Soften the knee and come down. Take a breath. Then soften that front knee. Coming forward, radiating strength out from that strong core, not unlike the hot lava at the middle of the earth. Energy coming forth for 3, 2, and 1. Soften the front knee and come down. Good job. We'll come to a sitting position and bring your strap or belt along with you. We'll do a forward fold. So legs are extended out in front. Pause for a moment here, feeling your hips reaching down into earth, calves and heels connected, spine strong and long. Bring the strap or belt around your feet. Inhale up through crown. Exhale as chest comes towards the toes, knees are soft. And inhale back up. One more time in the same fashion. Forward and coming back up. The next time, inhaling up, exhaling forward, knees are soft. If you would like to bring relaxation to the spine, some C shape to the spine, do so, keeping some tuck through the tummy. The world is part of our own self, and we are part of its suffering wholeness. Inhale back up. Remove the belt. Bring one leg out diagonally and the sole of the foot of the other up against the inner thigh. You might bring the belt or strap around the arch of the foot on that extended leg. The heart goes around in the direction of the extended leg. Inhale up through crown, and same as before, exhale chest towards the toes, a few inches. Inhale back up, exhale forward. Inhale up, and exhale forward, perhaps some curve to the spine. Feeling the sacred nature of the earth, the sacred nature of ourselves, all one. Inhale back up. Remove the strap and bring the feet to the opposite direction. Strap is around the arch of the foot, heart going towards the knee on that extended leg side. Inhale up through crown, exhale chest towards toes. Knee is soft. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale forward, just as far as you can sustain, strong through the belly, soft knee. The life force energy is contained and condensed in the earth chakra. And inhale back up. Put the belt aside. We'll come into a lying position. Once again, feel the weight of the body, the gravity coming through it into the earth. Bring the arms along the side and let the legs come straight up towards the ceiling. Arms can stay at the sides, or they can come up along the sides of the head, up behind. They might be elbows a little wide. Find a comfortable place. Feel the four corners of the torso, the two corners of the shoulders, the corners of the hips, the rectangle of your torso. Welcoming the nourishing liquids down from feet and legs into the whole area of the abdomen, the inner organs. Then bend one knee in, let the other leg stay up. Feeling the thigh warm against the lower abdomen, this area of the earth chakra. Feeling the breath rising and falling through the belly. Change legs, other leg extends up, hug in the opposite knee. Relax down through the hips and shoulders. And the strong rectangle, feeling the strength of the earth, each nourishing the other. Bend the extended leg and let both legs be extended down for a Savasana, finding a comfortable place, rolling hips perhaps and shoulders wiggling around to find a place that suits the body on the earth. Soft through the bottom of the feet, our eminent connection with the earth, up through calves, the backs of thighs, glutes, soft, surrendering down, up the spine, through all of those energy channels that we'll be exploring, to the area between the shoulder blades, melting down. Back of neck soft, back of skull, crown, around to the third eye, jaw soft, throat, heart, solar plexus, diaphragm area, below the navel, down to the very base of the spine, the pelvic floor, the legs, this home of earth energy. A few more breaths here. Bring some movement to fingers and toes as you lengthen your breathing. Perhaps roll the wrists and ankles, coming back into your everyday life and round the other direction. Give the knees a hug. Grateful for this connection, this utter belonging to the earth. And sending the strength that we get from that connection out to those around us. Then rolling over, come up to a meditation position for a few minutes of quiet. Let your breath be the connection that allows that image of separateness to dissolve and a felt sense of oneness to replace it. Breathe into the sacredness of the earth, the sacredness of the self. We belong to the earth. May we be safe and healthy. May we be spacious of heart. May we be grounded in the earth, and may we know the earth as part of ourselves. Namaste. Great to practice with you. I look forward to this journey of the chakras. Next week, we will not have a Thursday morning class, unfortunately. My daughter's pod meets in her house then, so I can't do it then, but I will be meeting on Friday morning. So I hope you can join me at either Wednesday morning at 9 or Friday morning at 9 Pacific time. Be well. Bye-bye.